for the University of the West Indies and the members of the private sector, them afraid for that. Simple as that. Again, we track all of the results of companies who list on the stock exchange. The majority of them are make losses, or them profits reduce, and them I say, I told the people them now the money for buying nothing from them.
So
exports fall for every month of last year.
Export has fallen
every month of last year.
But how then you are going to grow the economy if you're not telling us what you're putting, what you're investing in agriculture, what you're investing in renewable energy, what you're investing in culture and the creative industry, what you're going to invest in the logistics? You're not telling us that. How we going to grow?
That's a problem, and that is one thing that drives down the dollar: the lack of confidence, in government policies. So no matter how them intervene, the dollar still continues to slide. By the way, every time the dollar dropped by 1%, 14 billion is added to the debt, and 600 million is added to interest charges. So them things eat off the budget.
Hold on, every time the dollar dropped by 1%.
Yeah, the debt increased by $14 billion, and the interest cost increased by 600 million. Because 62%
billion with a B.
Billion with a B. 62% of the debt is in US dollars.
So every time the dollar devalue by 1%, the debt go up by $14 billion.
Yeah, man, you have to find 14 billion more Jamaican dollars for service the debt.
And the interest go up by 600 million?
600 million.
Is that US or Jamaican?
600 million Jamaican, 14 billion Jamaican. Because you have to do a different conversion. Because as we said, 62% of the debt is in US dollars.
So when we see the dollar now move from 160 to 161.
More money to service the debt. More money to service the debt.
Let me take a call. Yep. Let me take a call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Mr. Bell.
Yes, you have a...
Yesterday, the Minister of Finance said there is nothing on this discouraged spending.
Discretionary spending. I asked, you just joined.
Right. So can you ask Mr. Iman if that's a fact?
Well, Ralston, all right, caller, thanks. For people who are just joining, Ralston, him never hear the explanation about the line item discretionary spending in the budget.
All right. So the point I make is that there are two things in the budget that are non-discretionary. You have to pay the civil servant then, and you have to pay the debt. Everything else after that is at the discretion of the Ministry of Finance and the Cabinet of Jamaica.
Right. So from the $1.3 trillion, you have salaries for civil servants, government workers. You have the debt. Those are compulsory. Must sort
so the debt is 300 million, and the wage bill for the public sector is 500 million. So between them two, they get like 900 million, and then everything else of the 1.3 trillion is discretionary. That's about $360 billion.
360 billion, where the government decides what is the government's priority. What are the things that we are going to do out of this 360 billion? So favor your lie.
And after that 360 billion, they make bad decisions with almost 13 billion because they use it for buy votes.
$12.4 billion was given away to buy weed, buy rum and boom, buy ear, buy nails.
Yep.
And just flash.
Which were all import to them to end up and put pressure upon the dollar. After the coffee man them tell them, say, yo, we only want $350 million per year. That work out to almost $2 billion over a 3-year period.
To increase.
We'll move coffee production from $240 to $500 and move the money from 25 million US to 100 million US.
And they have not decided to do that.
No, them ignore them, man. 3-4 ministers come and just ignore them.
We have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, morning. Ralston, big up in the car. We always have.
Yeah, man. Blessed.
Yeah. All right. When
speak up in the phone.
Yeah, may I say when Jamaica did have the problem with the IMF, how difficult was it to get back an agreement with the IMF? And what Hardly Shaw and Bruce Colin they do with the economy? Because it's like we are head back to the same situation, like right now.
All right.
So me I listen to hear you expound on it.
All right,
All right.
Give thanks. Go ahead, Raleigh.
All right. IMF are the executioners. So if IMF not lending the money, nobody not lending the money. So we couldn't get the money from IDB. We couldn't get the money from World Bank. We couldn't get the money from the private capital markets because the IMF are the collector for them. If the IMF said a boy, they're a bad boy, the man not going to deal with it. So what happened is that the net international reserves run down to $1 billion after Omar left at $2 billion. 100,000 people lose them work and the economy declined by 5%. When Peter Phillips got to the man and want to chat to him, because the man said, oh, boy, I go like some bad man take with the real money. I remember the IMF money had the real money and everybody put up their money. Yeah, and I want the thing them will tell them to do. Yeah, so I want to time the man and slam Peter Phillips. He might walk with a letter with a resignation every day. What happened? It go down to Christmas, because that happened from 2010. So for 2 years we have a problem. Christmas 2012, Portia Simpson go check Maxine Waters, the black people in America and the Congress, and explain to her the situation in Jamaica as woman to woman. And then they go check Christine Lagarde, because at that time we were fortunate that the IMF have managing director who is a woman. So woman to woman, they must say, all right, we're going to help out Jamaica, right? And we have to negotiate to the man for 5 months. While we are negotiating to the man, Andrew Willis, I said, sign, not sign everything. Anything we want to get to sign. And I said, no. The man them give the hardest primary surplus in the world. In other words, I said, we have to put together the most money as a percentage of the economic service debt before we come back to Uno.
Yes.
We're now going to loan money until we do the thing that we're telling them to do. Because the last set of man, them go out in my bad man and take the money and do nothing. So we have to do it. Every 3 months, we'll come down there and measure, and if we pass, we'll go on our money. I saw the thing come out.
And what the man them do, Ralston, is that the Fiscal Responsibility Act, they did not act upon that.
No.
Then sign it.
Responsibility, that means if you set a time frame when you have to bring the debt to a certain level. You follow me, I said to you?
Yes.
Yep. So that was it. So Peter Phillips have to do all of them things there. I said, them that just give the money before. You have to do it first and then them come and check every 3 months. Them time them used to come and check every 3 months. I said, they could see if them do it. Yeah. What I think with them know, them sell one of them toughest man, a man from Holland where them man didn't like black people. A brother named Jan Skees Martin was the mission chief because the first mission chief was a black man named Trevor Lane. And them I say, yo boy, Trevor, you make your friend them take our money and them send Trevor to Zambia as a punishment.
Yeah.
You follow me? I said to you?
Yeah.
So that's the story. Yeah.
So let me just say to the caller, to the viewers and listeners, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show, live on Caribbean Radio, 97.9 HD4. Caribbean Radio on the Alexa app. Yes, man. We're live today, and we're coming to you from the studios of Portland Spice TV in the most beautiful parish of Portland, capital city Port Antonio. We are in Jamaica in the West Indies, the beautiful island of Jamaica. Welcome. Happy to have you. It's a pleasure being here with you another evening. And this is your current event show. We talk sports, politics, religion, sex, you name it. We discuss it. But unless you have been living under a rock or somewhere hiding, it's politics time in Jamaica. Politics time in Jamaica. It's election 2025. And if you don't count today, we are 12 days away, 13 days away from the next general election in Jamaica. I know this show is a problem show for some people. And I want to big up the CEO of Caribbean Radio, 97.9 HD4, Brother Gary, Brother Smith. Good evening, sir. And Mrs. Smith, good evening. I want big up. And I tell you one of the main reasons why I want big up Brother Gary, because Brother Gary supports the Jamaica Labour Party. Iman is a member of the People's National Party. And for Brother Gary, well, Nadia is saying 14 days. But we can't count today, Nadia. Today is spent. Brother Gary has given me this opportunity to be on this platform. And everybody know. I don't know if nobody in the world beat labor right like how me beat them. But there was a time, when I used to beat PNP too, because my mantra is truth. And any party that is in government and not doing what I believe they ought to be doing for the people of Jamaica is pure fire me put upon them. See the man that's spinning fire in the chat room, CaribbeanRadio.com. Yeah? Let me tell you something. For me, it's Jamaica first and anything else after. Also, politics for me is a tool that we are to use to build this country. Politics makes the policy. The PIOJ says April to June 2025, that quarter, that would be the second quarter, the economy grew by 1.4%. If you had listened to me yesterday, you hear me telling you where the economy need to grow by. We need to grow this economy by 5%, a minimum of 3% constantly for people to start feeling that growth. 1.4% is minuscule. The economy is in stagnation. So 1.4% growth for a country who can't pay its teachers, can't pay its nurses, that shows an economy in problem. And that's why I said to people that the Andrew Holness-led administration has outlived their usefulness. In fact, they have called the election on the 10th of August. And today is the 20th day. 10 days later, they have been unable to produce their manifesto to the people of Jamaica. And as I said yesterday, we heard Bobby Montague calling on labor rights to come with ideas. Now, people, Andrew Holness is incompetent. Andrew Holness is not fit to be the Prime Minister of Jamaica. The supreme law in Jamaica is called the Constitution. The Constitution is the supreme law in Jamaica. When you have a Prime Minister who have lost about 6 constitutional cases and continue to blunder when it comes to the Constitution, time come for a new Prime Minister. Now, I'm going to get down to some business. And I'm going to show you, say this Prime Minister here, lose it, and he's not learning. I sat in for Conrad O'Brien last week, Monday and Tuesday. And as I said, the election was announced the Sunday before. And I picked it up. And I break it on New Start 93 FM. Listen to this. Come on. Hold on. Not that. Why you not playing? I want to play this clip for you. But the instrument just not releasing. So let's redo this. Because maybe the instrument don't want to embarrass the Prime Minister this evening. But you're going to play it. You're going to play it. So let's just reboot this instrument and get everything set. Let me tell you what I'm about to play. The Prime Minister, the same night, announced 4 by-elections for local government for the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. One of those announcements were illegal. So the Prime Minister blundered again as it relates to the Constitution of this country. I mentioned it yesterday briefly, but I never have the clip ready for you. So, when you listen to these people who have gone out and go get them PhD, it sounds like the study damaged them. They don't get it right. You go up on the platform, call this election, get the Minister of Local Government to endorse it, and then you have a backup when people draw them upon you. If you're leading the country, you must understand the Constitution, which is the supreme law. It's a requirement, my people. It's a requirement. You have to know how to run the country. Here we go.
I also wish to inform you that local government by-elections in the Chancery Hall Division, the Olympic Gardens Division, the Seabright Gardens Division, and the Denham Town Division will be held concurrently with the general election in those constituencies.
When you hear the division, let me play it again.
I also wish to inform you that local government by-elections in the Chancery Hall Division, the Olympic Gardens Division, the Seabright Gardens Division, and the Denham Town Division will be held concurrently with the general election in those constituencies.
No, that sounds good, but listen to this now.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has confirmed that the by-election for the Seabright Gardens Division announced for September 3 will not be held that day. Mayor of Kingston Andrew Swaby had complained that the proper procedure for scheduling the by-election was not followed. These include the notice of resignation, publication of the notice in the daily newspapers, and consultation between the chairman of the municipal corporation and the chief electoral officer. Dr. Holness addressed the issue following his nomination in the St. Andrew West Central constituency.
Not that we didn't field one, there was no nomination or elections. Just to be clear, the law gives the authority to call a by-election when there is a vacancy. To the mayor was not so minded. So we could not call a by-election for the Seabright Gardens division.
We could not call a
Prime
by-election
Minister
for Seabright
Dr.
Gardens.
Andrew Holness.
But you did.
The
You see, when I tell you, that this Prime Minister, something not right with this Prime Minister, I don't think a joke. The man went on stage and called it.
I also wish to inform you that local government by-elections
Listen.
in the Chancery Hall Division, the Olympic Gardens Division,
And
the Seabright Gardens Division, and the Denham Town Division.
the Seabright Garden Division, and then here when come back on say now.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has confirmed that the by-election for the Seabright Gardens Division announced for September 3 will not be held that day. Mayor of Kingston Andrew Swaby had complained that the proper procedure for scheduling the by-election was not followed. These include the notice of resignation, publication of the notice in the daily newspapers, and consultation between the chairman of the municipal corporation and the chief electoral officer. Dr. Holness addressed the issue following his nomination in the St. Andrew West Central constituency.
Not that we didn't field one, there was no nomination or elections. just to be clear, the law gives the authority to call a by-election when there is a vacancy. To the mayor was not so minded. So we could not call a by-election for the Civil Right Gardens division.
No, that's not what you should have said. You should have said, I made a mistake in calling the by-election for the Civil Right Garden, because you did call the by-election. Now, let me tell you something. Running a country is not running. We not even want to say party shop, because the people when they run them party shop serious about them party shop and have to follow the laws. Dr. Iman Black, when we used to be at Styles, had a program called the Metamorphosis. And when I was at Styles, I had a segment in my show called the Metamorphosis. And Dr. Iman Black used to tell me, Nicky Boo, and Sister Tanya, that the lawmakers are the biggest lawbreakers. You hear the man say, hold on, caller. The man said to me, Colin, Shaka Fame, the lawmakers are the biggest lawbreakers. Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, continues to break the Constitution. That is the supreme law of Jamaica. Call an election that he had no authority to call. I'm going to take the first caller for the evening. Welcome to Caribbean Radio. And Caribbean Radio now, my brother, is 97.9 HD4 across Florida. Pick it up. Talk to me, caller.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir.
The question what I want to ask, because I want to say good. The calling of the by-election, it's a creature of Parliament or of the Constitution?
It is of the Constitution. It's in the representation of the People's Act. When there's a vacancy, it is when a seat become vacant in the parish council, it is the mayor, not the prime minister.
Yes.
Not the minister of local government.
Yes.
But it is the mayor's responsibility to do certain things and to call that by election.
All right. So now, you're telling me that Andrew Holness breached the Constitution again?
Tell her.
God almighty. Andrew Holness again. I mean, you can't keep track, but you know, say enough time.
Hold on. May I have one more clip to play this evening with Andrew Holness foot in my mouth, you know?
Hey.
Tell her.
But before you play it, I want to get this out of the way, because time come for people expose people. The rebellion were how much in people? How much 400 people?
Was lost their life?
Yes.
How many mourned and many were dead? That day when the vestry flames rose red, it was chopping and shooting. And when it done, Paul Bogle and his men knew they had to run. They ran for the bushes where they hoped to hide, but the soldiers poured in from Kingston side. They took their prisoners to Morant Bay, where they hung them high in the early day. Paul Bogle died, but his spirit talks. Anywhere in Jamaica where freedom walks, where brave men gather and courage thrill, as they did those days in St. Thomas Hills.
So that was done by the state. Am I right or am I right?
Then, you know, who me say poured in from Kingston side.
Good.
Soldiers poured in.
You know that since that wicked act done by the state, you know which time again the state had done another wicked act, and it's only second. That's the only time the state done something. Second to the Mark Bay Rebellion. You remember the 2010 massacre at Tivoli Gardens?
The invasion of Tivoli Gardens.
No, Andrew Holness was a part of that cabinet.
Oh yes.
So he have to take responsibility.
It
Now
is
he
that
talk
same
about
cabinet that
history.
mash up the economy of the country, you know.
We remember very, very well, my brother. And Andrew Wallace love to talk about history. And him no mention that. And me notice the next little thing. Me notice now it's a tough time to go around and him a talk about security and him a go in a debate power.
Finance, yes. He's in the finance
and
debate.
I thought, no, what happened to health?
But I hope I will make a call. I definitely will make some call because in that financial debate, the squander of billions and Cornwall Regional will have to come out.
God, help us, Papa God. Help us, Father God.
No, Simon Crosskill on Power 106 today drape up the Prime Minister and the GLP. And I just took the clip them straight from Simon Crosskill show today. And I go and play them. The Prime Minister say that they would not object to any journalists on the debate team. And right after him see so, Delroy Williams come out and said, yes, we object, but it was a soft objection. Tell her, people.
So,
people.
Your soft objection.
Why the GLP? Bro G. You have to pray a prayer, Brother Gary, for Andrew and the GLP. The man then lie.
No, man.
Hey.
I tell you, you know, if you have ice, if you keep a party, you know, and you don't have enough ice, and you fear that the ice where you have might melt out, just call Andrew Wallace to tell life on the ice, you know, and the ice can't melt, you know. Jesus of mercy. And those are the people that put up themselves who will vote for them.
Marsh,
God,
what you say?
no,
If the man tell life on the ice not gonna melt?
If the man tell life on the ice can't melt.
And where Marsh come from, man, that brother dangerous. Marsh, where you come from? Where are you from, brother Marsh?
People can lie, so brethren.
Jesus. Marsh said the man tell life on the ice can't melt.
No, man. No, sir. No, well, me can't say what me I go say. But me I go just say it that way, yeah. And according to what we say in Jamaica, me I beg you not say it. But me I go ask one question. Can a nigger man lie, so?
Tell her.
Make we catch it right there, sir. Take me other caller then. Here.
Caribbean Radio, good evening. 97.9 HD4. Junior.
How you do?
Midday, my brother.
You remember what we talked about yesterday?
Some of it. Which one you talking about?
We talk about the shrinking of the economy.
Yes.
And the drying up of the GCT.
Yes.
And then you hear the life from Wayne Henry today.
Oh, God Almighty. Wayne Henry said coffee production increase. And everybody knows the coffee production gonna grow.
And Coco himself too.
Tala. Hey,
well, you know,
that's why Andrew said this election is a battle for the minds.
We have to go apply for the job. Because you see why there's apathy with voting? Because me and you, everybody knows that we are PMP.
Yes.
And we and him, we are doctor, you know. So when him talk now, him get the audience because everybody in Jamaica hear what I say, you know.
And
so when me and you talk now,
tell them same neutral.
Right. So when me and you talk now, it creates a hardship for us to explain how we do have no doctorate. And we are saying what we are saying, this one have doctorate. They must believe that, man.
But the things what we are saying are being proven right in front of the people's eyes.
Every time. The other thing, though, Colin.
Yes.
And your mother gets house under housing trust, right?
Yes. Give thanks to Michael Manley Andrew, Prime Minister Andrew Wellness.
All right. Think about it. When Andrew leave and set up him 2-car business, 2 taxi business.
The two taxi business.
Yeah. One of them leave halfway through and go to the moon. The other one leave. Yeah, he leave halfway through and go straight to the moon.
Yes.
Every day. and the other one leave from Harvard and go to Monte Carlo.
Oh, so what I want to go Monte Carlo go do?
Well, go look, go shop. Where money, there's very rich people there Monte Carlo, you know.
Tala.
But Colin,
Yes.
if Andrew could have made so much money out of taxi service, why never pay back the student loan?
Boom. Well, hey, Natalie, where's the drum? Because this one here need drum. If he could have made so much money out of the taxi, then him name wouldn't advertise in the Gleaner for who in student loan.
Right.
No, student loan is not a bad thing, you know, people.
No.
And even if you owe student loan is not the worst thing. But the man said he was a millionaire before that.
Right. If he was a millionaire now, Colin, remember, you know, make we put the date them in chronological order, right?
Yes, teacher.
If Andrew Holness had 2 taxes and he made millions, billions of those 2 taxes, which government was in power?
Somebody a blast up the place on Caribbean radio. It's pure grenade.
18 years.
On Caribbean radio. Which government was in power? But Junior. A lot of GLP watch my program. And what was Andrew Holness's role in the cause of FinSac? Because I hear a lot of people talking about FinSac. FinSac was not a problem. Thanks for the drum roll, Caribbean Radio. Is who giving me that drum roll over Caribbean Radio? The FinSac was the solution to a banking sector meltdown in Jamaica caused by banks giving loan on collaterals that don't match the loan. And the same collaterals were used to take loan from another bank, while some people were borrowing money and not remembering, like one former prime minister borrowed 30 million US and said never remember it.
And his advisor at the time was the present prime minister. The former prime minister
he was an administrator.
Yeah, he was working with him at the time.
Yes.
But Colin, one of the bigger joke, you know. Remember, I say I'm Mobile me come from, right?
Yes.
You see, during the era when the bankers them was lending out the soft loan them to the businessman, the man to go be.
Yes.
Most of the money went to buy fancy apartments for the matey them, you know.
Yes.
And pretty car for the matey them, you know.
Yes.
Them time the mobile couldn't talk to a woman, you know, unless you can buy a upscale condominium, you know.
Yes.
Or you could buy a car, you know.
And a luxury car.
Of course.
Hello.
And those are the issues that cause the meltdown.
Yes.
And nobody don't remember the truth. And that's how it happened.
They want to blame Omar Davis and the PNP.
Yes.
For that.
Remember enough, Colin. The people who ball about FinSac, you know, is the people who borrow the money, you know.
Nor they. Oh, you know, so the woman get pretty car. Continue, Junior.
It's the people who borrow the money. Get a beating, you know, because them borrow the money at the high interest rate.
Yes.
And them never invest the money into anything meaningful.
Not at all.
Remember, you know, if you lodge your money here, bank, you draw the interest of 4 hours.
If you lodge the money at Erie Bank, there will be no interest and no return.
Right. And that's how it happened to them.
DJ Shane, good evening. Good evening, Sister Overcomer.
That's why I have no sympathy for most who are about FinSac, you know.
Junior, hold on for me because I want the people in here, Andrew Holness, putting foot in my mouth again. Listen to this, my listeners and viewers. Caribbean Radio. Listen, calm down now. Calm down, Caribbean Radio. Listen to this clip here.
This whole debates issue. It's interesting. When the news came out that the PNP was rejecting anyone from Nationwide News being on the panel, the media panel, the Prime Minister had this to say. Have a listen.
They have a mindset where no one in media must speak negatively against them or challenge their perspective. Ultimately, that is the greatest anti-democratic stance that any political party could take. You would not hear of this from our political party. Of course, we will object if we feel that we were wrongfully done by a journalist or a news outlet. But, we're not going to object to journalists being part of a debate.
Hold on, pause. You hear the Prime Minister say? We are not going to object to journalists being part of the debate. Listen, little more, listen.
Which is interesting because somebody didn't inform the Prime Minister about the process and who objects and who doesn't object. So he said that it is anti-democratic. You notice anybody who criticizes the government is called bad mind and evil. But the Prime Minister said, we don't object. We're not going to object to anybody being on the panel. Well, somebody should have told Delroy Williams of the JLP, who is the delegate for the debates commission on the JLP side, because this is what he had to say.
We had an objection, but he said our objection was soft, that we had reasons for our objection, but that any choice the debate commissions made that we would accept. The People's National Party had a hard objection. I mean, I don't want to go further into it unless I release private conversations within the debate commission setting. You have the right to object. It's part of the...
So you have a right to object as part of the process. Prime Minister, I don't know if you heard that, but somebody should get the Prime Minister to talk to Mr. Williams. They're quite close.
People don't hear that.
It's part, objection is a part of the process. I don't know what he means by a soft objection.
Well,
and that the PNP had a hard one.
Because there's
that
something
might
more
tell
you
you
learn.
something I don't know. But this is what Colin Campbell had to say about the objections that he lodged on behalf of the PNP delegation.
We are not ashamed of our objections. We stated our reasons for the objections. We objected to 3 people. The JLP objected to 4. My objections were independent of the JLP objections.
Lord of mercy. Junior.
Oh, you hear?
What do you have to say?
Well, it's clear, Remember, Andrew said him don't want no opposition. What that mean?
Dictatorship.
So what happened now? Is somebody kick him and did this, make him say what say now? But tell you, yesterday, Andrew said something in the morning and by midday, no remember what I say now.
But here the man said we wouldn't object to any journalists on the debate.
Right, because
and then Roy Wilson come tell us, well, we object to some journalists.
But Colin, if Simon never back check and play the tapes in the sequence when he play them,
yes,
Jamaica people would go away with the idea and the notion that the opposition is a troublemaker,
Yes.
Because exactly that is what is going on in the media,
But let me tell you something, Junior.
Mm-hmm.
These debates, political parties have always objected to journalists from time to time. But it never break. So the labor rights them leak the discussion to Fidem Station.
Correct.
And Fidem Station come out and start scream like pig. And then the GLP now no one admits that them leak it. Because I don't know if PNP would have tell that station there, say them object to some of them journalists. What can go so?
So is Dayton go over there go tell Mama Morality say I say
where you call him Junior?
Mama Morality.
Mama Morality. The man was saying one box Dayton pan him out.
Trim say one.
Tell him. Junior. I got
anyway, before we go in, remember what Crawford said. one by one them going to jail.
One by
Remember.
one them going to jail.
All right, really go.
Little more.
Yeah, right, cool.
If you're just joining us, this is the Colin Bell Show. We are live on Caribbean Radio, 97.9 HD4. We are on the Alexa app, Caribbean Radio, on the Alexa app. We are at Brogear Radio at ZenoFM.com. Yeah, man. Where the labor right them this evening? We want labor right call this evening. Me know most of my people them not like, but me need labor right call. Me want to hear how now spin this. Them two something, and me need the labor right them to come spin it. Big up yourself, my brother. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Yeah, man. Listen, man.
Yeah, man. Wow,
and, you know, yeah, but here, man. Why this Prime Minister him not catch up on himself, you know. It really bad, you know.
It terrible.
It terrible, me I tell you.
It's terrible.
Like, it terrible. It has steer right in front of your face. It's really bad. I don't know how this man can be a leader. And he does, you know, that man be a face. Just lie, you can't supply.
Brother, let me tell you something.
When a person, you know, so before you say something, you know, me they have a cousin in a country, and the man so lie me, I tell you, say, even when I tell the truth, you can't believe him. You cannot believe him, even when I tell the truth.
No truth, no in him.
No truth, no in him.
But I'm sure a lot of you would have heard me said that the GLP and truth no have no lot in our part.
And the truth, that's it.
No lot in our part with the truth.
Yeah, that's why the PNP have to use the truth to counter. Because I said the truth comes straight, you know.
Yeah,
there's
man.
No twist and turn of the truth.
And
comes
the truth
straight.
is consistent.
It's consistent,
yes.
Basically. And every time this Prime Minister attack, him a put him foot in him. He's always a contradict himself. It's just crazy. This man, me I tell you, me just can't wait for election. And I can tell you, say, you know, based on what me say, me I tell you, the PNP look good.
PNP is looking good, but guess what?
Looking really good.
Not happen before election day.
Yeah, me understand that.
Yeah? The votes have to go in at the box and count election day to rescue this country. Because here we have a prime minister who is saying to us that the economy is doing great.
And now the teachers can't pay the public sector worker. I heard that.
Pay what? We don't have no money, but a long time me and Ralston are telling us that the country broke. We've been telling you, know.
But look at this. Him say, if them not going to pay the teacher them whatever amount and then figure out to make the economy either say bankrupt or go back to where that come from, basically. What I'm saying, if the economy, and you boast about it, and you talk about the PNP mash up the economy, I'll even that in line.
Even that is the biggest lie. The biggest, that's a major lie.
When just can't talk the truth and just admit and say, boy, just, you know, see some leader, we don't tell us straight up, say, boy, this is how we get it. Or, you know, this is our farmer, leader, party, when this government is in power, this or whatever. Then they just can't talk the truth, just simple as that. Not wrong if they admit something. Another for them problem, you know.
The truth not going to benefit him. The truth not going to benefit him because the hardcore truth is that the economy is in dire straits. The hardcore truth is that they have not been able to grow the Jamaican economy. And because of that lack of economic growth in the country, we are strapped for cash. Remember the other morning we discussed it. There's $17 billion less in circulation than last year. What does that say?
All I have to say, this man is sickening and it very disgusting and in lie. Them have a little thing and say, liar, suck out donkey, yeah, you're married to the. There's a little thing when he used to sing when they much younger. In too lie, man.
Dangerous.
Too lie, turbo, man.
Dangerous.
Yeah, man. All right, bless you.
Respect, my brother. My people. Is this a labor right?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
I want to ask a question. I've been observing the political dynamic between both political parties. But I want to ask you a question and see if we can look at the whole political dynamics in a forthright way.
All right.
Number one. Could you state the two best policies that the Jamaica Labour Party has implemented and the two worst policies that the Jamaica Labour Party has implemented? And on the other hand, could you state the two worst policy the People's National Party has implemented and the two best policies that the People's National Party has implemented?
I might have a problem with the worst policies because I don't keep. But let me tell you, one of the policies that I love that the GLP had brought in, and it was Andrew Holness who brought it in. Bruce Golding brought in the Constituency Development Fund. That was a brilliant, that I think is one of the best policies in my time under GLP government. History would also tell you that the GLP, they brought in the NIS, the National Insurance Fund. They brought in that. The constant states of emergency under Andrew Holness was terrible. Terrible. The fact in between 2007 and 2011, when they crashed the economy, those were terrible. That was a terrible period. In fact, that was the worst economic period in Jamaica when we got kicked out of the IMF. So, for the GLP, yeah, which other good one? That is one good one, me tell you, right?
Yeah.
So, no, man, me tell you two. Me tell you NIS and me tell you the Constituency Development Fund.
Right. Give me the two bad ones.
And I tell you the constant states of emergency that they were using in the early part of their tenure. Those were terrible. A lot of young people lost their jobs because of getting locked up and were never even charged.
Right.
You know, that was terrible. And then, as I said, what they did with the economy in 2010 almost destroyed the country.
Right.
You know, we had to go on our knees and beg for help to really get the economy back off the ground where they had left it.
Right.
Now, if you want to talk about the PNP, maybe me are the wrong man because there's so much. You have the NHT, and we heard Andrew Holness bragging about what he has achieved from the NHT. The NHT was a PNP policy. We have the JUTC. They're talking about bus. So I'm just giving you two that is on the table right now. It was Peter Phillips in 1998 that brought public transportation back to Jamaica in the form of the JUTC, which was brilliant.
Right.
You know, there's nothing better than the housing trust. You have the health fund. You have TF fund.
Right.
You know, you have the Chase fund.
Right.
You have the drugs for the elderly, which I hear the GLP said how much they have done for the drugs from the elderly. That's a PNP initiative.
Right.
You know, so it's a lot. Bad policy for the PNP.
Yeah, the two bad ones.
The two bad ones for the PNP. Why? I don't want to be unfair and don't tell you two bad ones for the PNP because every administration has made some mistakes and some bad policies. But let me think about that and come back to you with that.
No, you see, let me tell you now. I know that would happen, and that's why I asked the question deliberately like that.
Yeah.
It is time for us now, as Jamaicans, to understand from where I sit. So, I believe, in my experience over the years, I believe the Jamaica Labour Party has done a better job at the economy or managing the country's economy than the People's National Party. On the other hand,
tell me.
Yeah.
We have a discussion upon that. Go ahead.
Hold on, man. Hold on. On the other hand, I believe, I believe the People's National Party has done a phenomenal job or have the requisite skills to galvanize the lower class people in Jamaica. There's no two way about that.
Let me ask you a question, though.
Hold on, let me finish. The People's National Party has inherited that kind of heritage, I believe, from the likes of Michael Manley. Now, when one looks at, say, for example, the running of the economy, let's go back to the 1980s.
All right, hold on a little bit. Hold on. You said that you believe that the GLP has managed the economy better. Are you saying that?
Yes.
Hold on. Are you saying that from data? Are you saying that from gut feelings?
Yeah, absolutely.
Data?
As a matter of fact, yes. As a matter of fact, hold on. As a matter of fact, Carl Stone, I think one of the best economists, the best pollster in Jamaica, in an article, I don't remember the date and time of the article because it was a long time since, has also made that point using statistics to justify that argument. Mr. Carl Stone did that.
All right, I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
You see, this GLP administration
is
the only GLP administration since the 1970s that has brought down the debt to GDP. The only one.
Right.
Every other GLP administration has seen the debt to GDP go up under their administration.
And in a similar fashion, the PNP. In a similar fashion, the people's not absolutely.
Brother, let me tell you.
Absolutely.
In 1979, Jamaica's debt to GDP was 65%. Did you know that?
Right.
Yeah. Edward Seaga won the election in 1980.
Right.
You know what the debt to GDP was in 1989? Hello?
I'm not hearing you.
You know what the debt to GDP was in 1989?
Could you say?
It was 263%.
Right.
Up from 65%. In 1979, Jamaica's debt to GDP was 65% when the PNP left office. When the GLP leave office in 1989, it went up by 200 points. So it was now 262% in 1989.
But we have to take also into consideration. Yeah, but we have to take into consideration the economic dynamics in those era, the 70s economic dynamic and the 80s economic dynamics.
In the 70s,
both governments.
In the 70s, we had the oil crisis. You remember that?
Absolutely. That's what I'm pointing out to you.
Not in the 80s.
No, but in the 80s was a different dynamic.
What was the dynamics?
Hold on. Both political party, in their run-up in their extension in government in the 70s and in the 80s were faced with two different set of economic dynamics.
Yes.
World recession. Both of them were faced with two different set of dynamics. And while both of them were faced with two different dynamics, I vividly remember in the GLP's era where Jamaica faced Gilbert. And Jamaica went through
Gilbert was which year, brother?
Gilbert was the 80s.
Which year?
Yeah.
Gilbert was 19 what? 88 or 89? No, Gilbert.
No, 84. Gilbert was about 84.
No, man, Gilbert wasn't 84, man. You're mad, man. Gilbert, me a big man, man. What are you talking about?
Well, all right. Well, in Gilbert time. Now, what the point? Yeah.
Gilbert was 1988.
All right. But what I'm pointing, no, I don't think so. No.
Yeah, man.
No.
Brother, about 100 people in that chat room put that in that chat room already. 1988.
All right, cool. But what I'm pointing out to you, but what I'm pointing out to you.
September 12, 1988, Gilbert.
Okay, I stand corrected. What I'm pointing out to you is that both parties face different dynamics in their run. And so the different strategies has to be employed. Like I said before, the People's National Party does a better job at galvanizing the lower class.
Make us stay upon the economy because you made a statement and I want to use facts to tell you that you taught that statement from your gut feelings, brother, not from the facts.
No,
The
no,
facts
no.
don't support what you said. But let
All
me
right,
go a
hold
little bit. Hold on. Let me go a little bit further. In 1989, the debt to GDP was 262 or 63% when the PNP
Right.
took office. With FinSac, with the meltdown of the banks and everything, when the PNP leave office in 2007, the debt to GDP was 113%, down from 262%. Let me just tell you a little more before you come in. When the GLP leave office with the debt at 260, when the PNP leave office in 2007 with the debt to GDP at 113%, and the net and the NIR was $2 billion US, the GLP came in office. When the GLP leave office 2011 or 12, the debt to GDP was 145%. It went back up. And the NIR went down to $1 billion, brother. So how you come by saying that the GLP managed the economy better than the PNP? The only time in our history that we have been kicked out of the international market, couldn't get no money for borrow from nobody, was under the GLP administration in 2010, 2011, when they get the IMF deal 2010, and we got expelled from the IMF in 2011. What you talking about? You're talking from gut feelings, brother. You're not talking from data.
No. Let's look at the dynamics as it relates to the current set of issues with the economy and the stewardship of the Jamaica Labour Party.
Okay.
As against the stewardship of the People's National Party.
Okay.
The Jamaica Labour Party recently put out a brochure, and the People's National Party recently put out their manifesto.
Yeah.
Now, going into the election, the PNP, I think, is at a disadvantage in that the PNP can only promise and make suggestions as to what they will do.
But that's every election go.
Yeah, and that's the dynamic of the election. So, as a People's National Party supporter, I want to ask, the crime has been reduced by 46%. Unemployment is 3. Hold on, let me finish the virgin. Unemployment is 3.3%. The debt to GDP is cut in half. The question I want to ask is, based on the policies, the intending policies of the People's National Party, what are the policies that they have enunciated currently that will make unemployment 1%, crime, reduce crime by 70%, and slash the debt to GDP in much lower than it is today?
Right,
what are the policies being articulated by the People's National Party that will ensure that, yes, these things are good, but we will make them better?
Let me tell you something. All of what you talk about little while not good. I'm going to play a clip later with Andrew Holness saying that they did a poll. The GLP did their internal poll. And one of the main concerns that the poll found was unemployment in Jamaica. Yeah? So you see this argument about unemployment is 3.3%.
Yeah.
It is somewhat not how it sounds, because what they're not telling you. Is it true or it is not true? Hold on.
Is it true or it is not true?
Hold on. Listen what I say. Because it no work just true or not true. Because the figures are true, that it is 3.3% is a figure that we agree with, that yes. But here how this thing work, we have to understand.
Yeah.
Right now, we have over 300,000 youths who say, we now look for no job, you know. And what happened? How they do it? Those 300,000 people, they don't count them in the unemployment figures because they say that they are not looking at job. But why are they not looking at job? Because the jobs that are available can't maintain them, can't give them a livable wage. So in the people who are employed, 245,000 of them are the people you see wiping clear glass on the road. The people where you see I sell too shamay and I sell too baggy. Yeah? 245,000 that. 300,000 of those people who are employed are working in the Mr. Chin wholesale. Some of them getting less than minimum wage. Right? And another about 60,000 are in a category called underemployment. Means that they are working, but they are way more qualified than the job that they are doing. Right. You also spoke about crime. Before I tell you what the PNP going to do. You spoke about crime. The GLP has been in government for 9 going 10 years. Under this government, up to last year, because we don't count crime per month. Crime is calculated per year. So under Andrew Holness, between 2016 and 2024, 12,456 Jamaicans have been murdered under Andrew Holness. The most people murdered in Jamaica under any two-term government. Yeah? And we don't add what happened this year upon that yet. That is just to 2024. You understand me? So when you talk about crime, you can't use 1 year to judge an almost 10-year administration. No, to what the PNP going to do. Because one of the things that Jamaica need, my brother, is a thing called economic growth. When the GLP came to power in 2016, and I hope you remember, Andrew Holness told the country that they were going to grow Jamaica's economy by 5% in how much years? You remember how much years them said them how to do that?
Yeah.
In 4 years. So they had a thing they call 5 in 4. 5% growth in 4 years. To date, they have not gotten to 2%. No time. You understand? So they have been unable to grow the economy. What also happened is that our food importation bill has almost doubled. No. One of the things that the PNP is saying that we are going to do, we are going to cut that food importation bill by 25% in our first term. So we are going to invest in agriculture, ensure that our farmers get the necessary support they need to produce food for this country. Because if it's one thing we learned from COVID, is that something can crop up anytime and we can't import food into the country. We are also going to cut the electricity bill. In 2015, Jamaica was paying 23 cents per kilowatt hour for electricity. You know what you're paying now? We are paying 45 cents now per kilowatt hour. Under the same agreement. It's not a new agreement. It's the same agreement we had then. But what the PNP was doing back then was investing in renewable energy. Is PNP put in the Whipton wind farm? We put in 2 big solar farms. So as soon as we get back to power, we are going to put in some more solar farm. We are going to invest in solar energy to ensure that we cut the cost of the fuel what we buy from abroad. 20% of what Jamaicans pay on electricity bill is because of electricity theft. Philip Paul, well, I brought him here on this program, and he said to us that we are going to invest in renewable energy and to ensure that some of those people who are stealing current get solar. The government going to give them solar system. Yeah? We are going to invest in a thing that we call the culture and the creative industry. The culture and the creative industry is valued at $3 trillion annually. Jamaica is a cultural and a creative powerhouse. The cultural and the creative industry is entertainment, art, sports, the visual and the performing arts, your artisans, your chef, your barbers, your hairdresser, your stylists. We are going to ensure that those people earn the kind of money that they are supposed to earn. You see, Vibes Cartel come out of prison and make millions, if not billions, right away. So we are aiming to make 1% of that $3 trillion, which is $30 billion. And once we start generating that money, even when we reach 5 billion and 10 billion coming into Jamaica, imagine we earning 10 billion US a year from a sector, what that would do to the Jamaican economy. So we have the plans to grow the economy. And yesterday I told my listeners Jamaica's economy, hold on, let me just finish up. Jamaica's economy need to be growing by at least the minimum 3% a year. We need to get to 5% constantly so that our people can feel a better life. Go ahead.
All right. So I hear you now. So all you're talking about, I assume you're making reference that this will happen in the first 5 years of the People's National Party government.
Well, I told you that the food bill, the 25% cut, will happen in the first term.
Yeah. So,
right?
So in the
energy, the renewable energy, and the cut in electricity bill, that will also happen in the first term.
All right.
The logistics I never tell you about the logistics because global logistics is one of the things that we are going to ensure happen in Jamaica. We are going to build a global logistics hub. There are 3 of them in the world already. We want to have the 4th one in Jamaica. And anytime you're ready, I can bring Anthony Hilton to really expand on that and tell you what that is going to do and what is the value of global logistics. Yeah?
I hear you, Mr. Bell. So the point I want to make to you now is, based on what you've just said a while ago, that would happen in the first 5 years, the first term of the People's National Party.
Well, hold
I
on.
take it that
let me explain. Let me tell you 2. Hold on.
5 years.
Hold on. I tell you 2 of them that will happen. The culture and the creative industry, you will start seeing the benefit in the first term. In the first term, we might get to maybe $10 billion. But we're not going to get to the $30 billion in the first term because with that industry, we need to build out a lot of the infrastructure. But it will start growing in the first term. So I am saying that we're not going to get to the 1%, but we might get to 0.5, which is $15 billion in the first term.
In other words, you are saying that all these policies that you just articulated,
yes,
there's a great likelihood that they will not happen in the first 5 years.
No, I never said that. I said to you that the cut in the food bill will happen in the first term. The energy policy will happen in the first term.
All right, but listen to me now. I'm asking, these policies that you just articulated that the People's National Party will do, as it relates to, decreasing crime, reduce crime to probably 60%.
I never touch crime, I never touch crime, so don't say what I say. I never touch crime yet. But tell you what, I have you for a long time. Other people want to call me back Saturday morning, and at 23 minutes, me have you for now. So we have to talk again. At 5 minutes, me give people, I give you 23 minutes. But I enjoy the discussion.
I'm going to keep the dialogue going. But I'm going to keep it going because
call me back another time. I will talk some more. All right?
All right, cool.
Blessings. Good evening. Welcome to Caribbean Radio HD. Whatever you have in the background playing, you need to turn that off. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, man, good evening.
Yes, sir.
The caller you have on the program just now talking, have somebody in the background telling him to stay on the call. And I see as if they're taking notes, so listen to that.
Where so they might take notes?
Yeah, man. You can hear the person in the background. Say this, stay there. Yeah.
Come on, but we're solid enough, so we can angle him.
Yeah, man. No, but just make you know. Just listen,
I enjoyed the discussion with him. Really enjoyed the discussion with him.
All right, bro.
Yeah, man. Bless up.
Cool. Bless up.
Yeah, man. If you're just joining us, this is the Colin Bell Show. We are live on Caribbean Radio, 97.9 HD4. We're all across Florida from Miami straight up to almost Jacksonville. Yeah, man, all of them areas that will cover. So you're driving in your car, make certain you have your HD radio because FM now is going obsolete, eh? Yeah. And it's HD, high definition, people. Caribbean Radio. And more coming, so stay tuned. Keep it locked. Make certain you download the app. Caribbean Radio HD. Make certain you download the app, people. Have it on your phone that you can hear wherever you go every time you are out there. Let me take this call. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Caribbean Radio HD.
Yes, good evening, Shaka. I want to say something, Shaka. That caller that you had before,
yeah,
the last one,
yeah,
That caller, I don't know what he's smoking or drinking, Shaka. But I want to tell you something. Sometimes I understand you as the face of the program, you can't say it plain. But let me say it, Shaka. The statistics about unemployment, it's a big lie. And the reason why I say so, according to Statin, only 70% of the statistics have been completed.
Yeah.
Right? So 30% is unaccounted for. We're going to put it a little further. If you go back to when Porsche or the PNP was in power, right?
Mm.
They had like 1.3 million or almost 1.2 million people employed. The Jamaican Labour Party, when they put out them statistics about how many people has been employed, added to that, it hasn't been even 400,000 people.
But my brother,
we have a couple. Yeah.
As I said to the caller a while ago, I have a clip with Andrew Holness telling the media that he did a poll with a large sample size, and one of the main problems in the poll is unemployment. I'll go and play it when I don't talk to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So they haven't even added 400 or 300 to 500,000 jobs since they've taken over power, right? So that's dead. I want to give you another statistics that people should look into to themselves
Yes.
for themselves. Hey Shaka, you know me start add up murders.
You start what?
Let me tell you something. Add up murders.
Yeah.
On a daily basis.
Yes.
And let me tell you something, Shaka. Don't believe me just like what Damien says. Every day, take your pen and add up the amount of murders that you hear. And you won't even find it on the major news station. And you tell me if we're not being misled.
But
being...
hold on. Here's another piece of statistics. Between November and February this year, there was 495 bodies that they never decided.
I was getting to that, Shaka.
495 bodies that they have not determined whether these people were murdered or what. So they were not on the statistics yet.
Okay, so let me break the ice now, Shaka. When January, February, March comes in, and the CMJLP party said 400 and something murders, hasn't been 400 and something bodies that has been discovered. They can put out how those people have died.
Yeah.
Right? And even when those discrepancies have been cleared up, and we're talking about 24 statistics, they still don't put out that number. If we go back to 23 statistics, 22 statistics, every year they have a certain amount of bodies that is brought over.
Yes, that's fact. Yes.
These people are hiding statistics. Even after 6 months of the year, they can't tell us how many of these people are murders. And you know why they can't tell us that, Chaka? Because it's going to look bad on the police force if they come out and say, okay, 60% or 70% of these people were murdered. Because guess what, Shaka? We have detectives who, even without forensic, a lot of times can tell you based on where the body was found, how it was found, that listen, this person didn't die of natural causes.
Yeah, yeah. But they are suppressing the numbers. They are suppressing the numbers.
So if they are suppressing the numbers, Shaka, we cannot go and say it's only 12,000. We gotta say the numbers are incorrect. Everything about the Jamaican Labour Party is incorrect. Everything they do, or let me rephrase it. Most of the things that they say is misleading. Like when they say the PNP destroy the economy. No, the PNP rebuilt the economy after you guys destroy the economy. Every time you guys come in, where you guys left, the debt has been reduced. And every time that you guys come back in, we are faced with more debt.
And every time they are about to leave government, they mash up the economy. And that's what is happening right now. The Jamaican economy now is crashed.
What I'm saying. And what I'm going to add to it too, you see, any program that the Jamaican Labour Party cannot control, Shaka, they not invest in it. Why you think cultural and creative cannot be what it's supposed to be? Because they want to control it, just like how them give the man from down a man to go here. When them, we keep some fest.
Oh, you talk Joe.
Those are the people they want to give our culture and creative to. Those are the people they want to give our farming to. So that's why we cannot grow, because they want to control it. You see their attempt to control the farming when they allow people who don't farm, who don't even plant a pepper.
Give them whole heap of land and no farming no go on.
No, because they expect poor people to come and work for them.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
and
man.
to go further, they give these people license to import, to destroy the farmers.
Yes.
When you see a man like Upper St. Thomas, James Roberts, while in office, get issued a license to import
onion,
plus cold storage, to import onion, when we have farmers here who have onion, almost all the crop that is being imported, a lot of times we have a lot of that crop that go to spoil. Because guess what? The government is not collecting the crop. The government is not even discussing it with the hotel. Say, listen, we will give you the crops. A lot of times they come shaka, they spew a lot of things. That's not right. And it's full-time Jamaican people. Wake up. We are act like we are pretty mad people. We know the difference from 80 because we have more murders than 80. Only since them uprising. But we are a small nation.
Yeah, man, we're not as big as 80. Our population is much smaller than 80.
Our population is much smaller than 80, and the only time 80 surpass us in terms of murder is when them have them big problem now.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you here. Big up yourself.
All right, have a good one, brother.
Thanks for the call. Listeners and viewers, listen to this clip here.
The latest RGR Gleaner commissioned Don Anderson polls, which showed that 40% of the electorate do not support his party, compared with 32% for the PNP. According to the survey released yesterday, the JLP leader has a 41% favorability rating, slightly ahead of Mr. Golding's 38%.
Hold on, I want to go down to the part I want to hear.
Concerns of potential voters. He admitted that joblessness is still a concern for voters, despite the unemployment rate being at a record low.
What our polls have shown is that the top 5 things universally, meaning across all the 23 constituencies that we have done, road and water, number 1 or number 2, depending on the constituency. A close third that keeps coming up is garbage collection. Then 4 is joblessness, which is still, for me, a puzzle since unemployment rates are low, but it is particularly amongst youth. So it's not joblessness in the sense that people don't have jobs, more opportunities. And persons are also very much concerned about housing, the quality of their housing and their housing stock. And so is garbage collection. Then 4 is joblessness, which is still, for me, a puzzle since unemployment rates are low, but it is particularly amongst youth. So it's...
You hear the man say? Joblessness come up in a poll as one of the 4 things. And it's a puzzle for him. Now, obviously the Prime Minister don't understand. Let me just remind you of the phone lines. And if you are overseas, you can call me on 305-654-7944. That's 305-654-7944. Or you can call me straight to our WhatsApp, 1-876-804-7072. That's 1-876-804-7072. Those are the numbers to call Sister Tanya, Sister Arlene. Blessed day. DJ Shane, big up yourself to the Caribbean Radio family. Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD4. So, there are some things that the Prime Minister don't understand. Absolutely out time with. And that's why they have not been able to grow the Jamaican economy. So, when you hear the Prime Minister talk, people, now listen to him. I tell you now, this man is losing it. In fact, some people are convinced that he has lost it. Mr. Colin Bell if Andrew Holness can have mini health telling Jamaicans crime down and not telling how much lives has lost under his hands. That's why you hear me just tell the call a little while. We're not counting this year. And it's 12,500 odd people got murdered under Andrew Holness watch. Good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Greetings, Brother Trumpet.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Welcome.
I like how you teach them,
Yes,
I love how
man.
you teach them, man. Yes, man. I love it. And I'm learning also.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, man. Blessing, my brother. Blessing.
One
yes,
love.
Sir.
Yeah, man. 876-804-7072. You can call me straight or you can call me on WhatsApp. Yeah, man. Those of you listening on Caribbean Radio, good evening. We are happy to have you. And we invite you to check out my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Portland Spice TV. PortlandSpice TV at YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a strength by subscribing to my channel. Share my channel with your friends and family. And of course, I'm also on TikTok at Shaka Fame. I'm a Shaka spell SHACKA. Spell it with a C. Shaka Fame. Shaka Fame at yahoo.com. SHACKAFAME. That's on TikTok. And we're live on TikTok right now. But Caribbean Radio HD is the place. Make certain you download the app. We have a new app. Yeah. We have a new app on Caribbean Radio. Make certain you download it. I want to go back and play about that clip your phone. Hold on there. I want to play about the full clip.
The latest RGR Gleaner commissioned Don Anderson polls, which showed that 40% of the electorate do not support his party, compared with 32% for the PNP. According to the survey released yesterday, the JLP leader has a 41% favorability rating, slightly ahead of Mr. Golding's 38.5%. Both leaders also face significant negatives, with Dr. Holness at 37% unfavorable and Mr. Golding at 27%. Speaking with journalists this afternoon, Dr. Holness argued that the party's internal polls show a different outcome.
You know, the Don Anderson polls, for what they're worth, have not been very accurate. And I don't rely on them, and I wouldn't advise persons to rely on them either. The truth is, we have commissioned our own polls, and our polls show a scenario that is totally different from what is being painted or portrayed. We don't disclose our polls for good reasons. One of the things, of course, we don't want any complacency to set in. But we have done a poll of 23 seats, and we have used a very large sample. And so we are confident in what our polls have shown.
A large sample doesn't necessarily mean accuracy, though, PM.
Generally, the larger the sample, the more accurate you are.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. Meanwhile, Dr. Holness says the party conducted internal polls in 23 constituencies to capture the main concerns of potential voters. He admitted that joblessness is still a concern for voters, despite the unemployment rate being at a record low.
What our polls have shown is that the top 5 things universally, meaning across all 23 constituencies that we have done, road and water, number 1 or number 2, depending on the constituency. A close third that keeps coming up is garbage collection. Then 4 is joblessness, which is still, for me, a puzzle since unemployment rates are low, but it is particularly amongst youth. So it's not joblessness in the sense that people don't have jobs, more opportunities. And persons are also very much concerned.
My listeners, joblessness is a big problem in Jamaica. As I told you, there are over 300,000 people who should be working who are not looking for a job. And they have not been count. They don't count those when you talk about unemployment. Because you say, now look at work, them not count you. We have a caller holding. Good evening, caller. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show on Caribbean Radio
Bell.
HD. Yeah, man, go ahead.
Yeah, the problem we say with Mr. Holness, it was Seabright Garden.
Yes.
It's an honest mistake.
It's a what?
It's an honest mistake.
No, not no mistake. Let me tell you what it is,
Hold on.
brother. All right, you go ahead first. You go ahead. Not no mistake.
Remember, say him have a problem with Dylan and Seabright, you know. They want to mix it up.
Tell her!
Him get mixed up.
I understand, you know.
Not the same man when say hug up his wife at the party.
I understand, you know.
I remember saying never want to give me seat.
Whee. So
you get confused, man.
So you say confused, the man get confused and announce the
The
election
man
as
get
Seabright
confused,
Garden.
man. Seabright Garden.
My God, my God. My God, my God. You know, easy, you know.
Am I too said that?
Hear the man say that? The man say Anjo make an honest mistake when he announced the election for Seabright Gardens. Because him have Seabright upon his mind. Hallelujah, hallelujah. People, that argument here a while ago, it's not an argument that the item should I get involved in. That man who made that call a while ago is a troublemaker. Major troublemaker. Teacher.
Yes, Mr. Bell.
When they say them I give you 0% in the first year. with an economy that is doing very well. And we have kept the economy in good shape, but we can only give you 0%.
Listen to this now, and the Prime Minister now plan to have to be calling a meeting with the trade unions tomorrow.
Oh?
Yes, man, all trade unions will meet with him at Jamaica House tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
Because I guess he want to explain to them that the economy is not in a position to pay people any better as well as it is doing. But that is not the big joke I got this week, you know.
Which one?
Is how the Prime Minister and others have been running around telling people that our unemployment rate is 3%.
Yeah, 3.3%.
Right, but when he went into the field, he found that one of the major problems is joblessness. The people are complaining they're not a job.
He say no understand it.
So him say him not understand. But everybody who have sense did know say that 3.3% was not real. It was not reflecting what is happening on the ground.
Not at all.
It was a statistical explanation of a set of data using parameters that were set by different statistical group.
Yeah.
But the reality is there was no way our society have any 3.3 unemployment rate. That is one of the biggest lie.
But Wilson,
anybody could have.
Junior called me yesterday and Junior said to me, what are the things you took away from nomination day? And honestly, I never get where I go. But when Junior said to me, unemployment is at 3.3%, but how we find so much people to be on the road Monday?
No, but the reality is, if we are going to be honest with ourselves, we know say on a 3.3% of Jamaican not working. Because you see, we want to tell persons that, and people that abroad who not there here on the ground, want to observe that and accept that. I want we were there here and tell them, say, no, that is not so. You can look in a community, you can look around and see how many persons going to work. And you know that cannot be the case. Listen, I have a friend, both of us, we were just having a conversation. He sell gas. Liquid and he's telling me, boy, things has never been worse.
Oh God.
Because gas now sell. He used to sell him 25, 30 gas a week. Now I sell 5, 10 maximum. And him said no money now run. He was expecting that with the election season now, so money that start run. So I was laughing and I said, well, I guess them I wait until nearer to the date for run the money. Because, so by then you might actually get some money. I went further to say you don't notice on nomination day, then cook the food one place and move the people them they go eat the food. So if then they give them the $5,000 for buy lunch, what would have happened is that this person could have buy $1,000 box food and then end up have $4,000 left to carry home to go buy things at home.
Yeah.
And that is a reaching the community. So at least some money that circulate within the community. But what him realize is that no money still now run.
But
and
Wilson,
when me listen,
I don't know if you're aware, an article came out last month that the Jamaican economy, the base economy, is down by 17 billion. So $17 billion less is in circulation than what was in circulation last year.
But remember, so they
17
take money out of the system
billion.
even today, you know. Even today.
Yeah, every day they take the money out of the
Even
system.
today, right. So less and less money is available.
Exactly.
And may I tell you the honest truth? Between September and December, I don't know what is going to happen. Because when them suck all the money out of the system and this election over and there is no money, I mean, suffering are going to be at its peak. And then a lot of persons are going to understand, say, we were tricked by people wanting us to believe that we not have no sense. So when we say, look, things not right, because if you have a home and you get $100 in your home, even if and your debt at $80, and you have light bill to pay, water rate to pay, if you send to school and food to buy, there's no way you can pay all your debt with the $80, and you know fully well so the $20 now you can able to carry through.
Yeah.
And that was Nigel Clark approach to economics.
Nigel
and that
Clark
is why
mash up the economy. Nigel Clark ran the economy to suit what he wanted, because Nigel Clark always wanted to work for the World Bank or IMF or IDB, one of them big organizations. So he ran the economy in a way to show his mettle and get his job.
For his job.
Yeah.
And listen, you see all the problem that the government is presently having in terms of getting people to buy into their thinking is because of the policy of Nigel Clark. Because I can tell you this, if Nigel Clark had managed reclassification better, if Nigel Clark has paid down the debt using a different strategy,
no,
it would be
if he had paid down what we're supposed to pay and not overpay, because what Nigel did was pay more than the country needed to pay. And that's why the road infrastructure went down. That's why JUTC went down. All of that.
Hospital then crash.
Yeah.
Schools can repair and everything. So listen, while we were celebrating Nigel Clark achieved what he was doing, Nigel Clark was working for himself.
Yes.
So he leave all the problem now on the present set of politicians within there, and they do not even know what to do. Because here, Mr. Saga just run out now. Like him, I want the Prime Minister not to grant any increase, because he's saying that we can't be granting increase without the economy expanding.
Yeah,
now, listen
the
to
economy
this.
has shrink.
If the economy now expand, what is going to happen is that the brain drain is going to continue.
Let me tell you something, Wilson. Let me tell you something. This government made a major blunder when they took $12.4 billion and gave it away. Give away $20,000 with that $12.4 billion. And Faval said it. Listen what Faval said.
Jamaicans do not want a government that will party with the rent money.
And that's exactly what the GLP did. Party with the rent money.
No.
That $12.4 billion could have given teachers a 3.5% increase. And that could have deal with the cost for 3 years.
No, but you must understand, that they were backed in a corner because of the policy. And Nigel, remember they were getting very unpopular, you know,
But them they
because
have to give away the money.
the policies were squeezing the people.
Then
So what they did, that 12.5 million, they had to give it away to energize their base.
But
That's what they did.
that is fiscal
So listen.
recklessness.
Yes, but hold on. It's what they would call run with it.
No,
but let me tell you something.
No, that is flying with it.
But let me tell you something. In their mind, you know, that is not considered. That wouldn't be considered run with it or a waste of funds until after the third. Because if they are returned to power, they would have considered that as being a catalyst to returning them to power.
For win the
but
election.
If they lose,
yes.
Right, if they win the election, can remember that decision was taken with the election in mind, you know.
Yes.
Because a lot of persons don't remember, you know, that this election should have been from last year, you know.
Yeah, man, they never get the bunks. It's two things mash them up, you know. They never get what they expected in the local government election.
Right.
And when they give away the 11.4 first, they never get the bunks. So them offer another $1 billion that they're giving away right now as we speak.
Yes, with the solidarity. So they recognize, you know, if you watch their action, it is quite clear that the strategies that they are using, it's all about winning back power now. The economics of it gone through the window right now, you know.
Yeah, man.
Because they are back in a corner. And that is why nobody can come convince me at this point that Nigel did a good job. Nigel did not do a good job because Nigel backed the JLP into a corner where right now they are actually fighting for their lives.
Wilson.
So everything.
I'm going to take our next call, my brother. Thanks for the call here.
Yeah, man, cool.
Big up yourself. They are backed in a corner. They wreck the economy for the benefit of one man. Like how they invade Tivoli and kill off the people them to save one man. The GLP have a way of mashing up Jamaica for one man. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. We are live on Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD4. Go ahead, caller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bell.
Hold on. All right, go ahead, Sam. Yeah.
What if on the 2nd of February, you went to your friend's house and you start him finger already dip into a ink, your ring finger, right? What would you do?
If the 2nd of February.
Yeah.
I got my friend house.
At 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock that night.
Yeah.
And you look at him hand.
Yeah.
And the voting finger already dip in the ink. What would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, saying take some money and dip in fig. What, the day after was the election?
The day before the election.
Oh.
The 2nd of February. 2nd of September.
If me go him house the 2nd of September, that's before the 3rd.
Yeah, at 7 o'clock.
And me see ink pan in finger.
Yeah.
Then I don't know, say somebody can check in, give my money and dip in finger so I can go vote tomorrow.
Right. What would you do?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe I call the police.
That's the only option you have.
Yeah.
And then you would have tell who give him the money.
And who, when get the ink there from?
No, the person who give him money would like carry the ink, because he must carry ink around.
Yeah, but one of the things when the police would ask him, where did you get that ink for dip in your finger?
You're right.
Hold on for me,
Yeah,
Sam. Hold on a sec, Sam. Hold on a sec.
Yeah.
Person I call long time. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Hey, Colin.
Yeah, Marsh.
Quick, before you even go back to that call, quickly, me not stay, because I'm second by this. The GLP don't put out any manifesto. They call the election, they don't have a manifesto. The PNP put out their manifesto. The GLP could criticize it. Analysts and everybody could criticize it. During the debate now, you think it is fair? You think it is fair for them to ask the debaters from the PNP any question about their manifesto? While the JLP do have anything to match it?
Well, guess what? It is the GLP's bad luck that they don't have a manifesto. It's simply saying to the Jamaican people that after 9 years, they are visually bankrupt. They have no plans, no ideas for the Jamaican people, my brother. So we have to beat them that way. But as you say, your second bite, so let me go back to Sam.
Yeah, right. Good.
Yes, Sam. Thanks for holding.
Yeah.
Ed boy,
Yeah,
I soon call you. I
because
see you miss call, Ed boy. I go and ring you. Go ahead, Sam.
because I get some intelligence that in your constituency in Southwest.
Sam talk, no, man. We are here, you know.
In Southwest St. James.
What happened in Southwest St. James, Sam? What happened to you this evening? Oh, you had talks of piece.
No, I know. Okay. Oh, in Southwest St. James, I hear that people are getting up to 100,000 offer not to vote and to vote.
100,000.
Yeah, and
Well,
yet in your
I saw a
constituency.
pastor on TikTok telling people that your vote is a gift from God. Don't sell it. Don't sell your vote. And the GLP come out with one slogan. Sometimes I think of Nigel them attack when they say choose Jamaica. Because Nigel Clark never choose Jamaica. So I think of him them attack. But they are also saying to all of us, choose Jamaica and don't choose your belly. Don't choose the 50,000 or the 100,000. Choose Jamaica. Because right now, the future of this country is at stake. We have a set of people running the country who have no clue how to run the country. You see the Prime Minister call election a civil right garden. Or you call an election a civil right garden where there was no vacancy. It's a trick them are trying, you know what they were trying to do? To see if they can get the KSMC. Because you know what happened? If that man run and win him seat and Dennis Gardner resign, then the PNP would have one less seat because they would have run a by-election in Civil Right Garden and put in a councillor for Delroy Williams, while we wouldn't have a councillor for put in for Dennis Garden, and they would have now taken over the mayorship of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. It was a generalship they were trying, but it shows the people of Jamaica that the People's National Party, we are on the ball, we are ready for governance, we know the Constitution, we operate by the rules of this country. You cannot be Prime Minister and not operating by the laws of the land.
Yeah. The next thing I want to say something about the new constitution reform. I get to go. Some time I was going through it yesterday again, and I realized the constitution moving from a king to a dictator.
Well, that's what we have right now, a dictatorship. You see the man, what name? The one who come out in a military suit for nomination there? I went here, Eli Clark in him?
Yeah.
Come out in a military fatigue. Is that dictatorship them want to bring this country now?
That's why new constitution reform. So the Jamaican people should take heed and say, hey, if they go back in power, they like have doing it. Change the new constitution from a king to a dictator.
All right, my brother.
Reform constitution. All right, my brother, have a great evening.
All right, Sam. Blessings. Blessings, man. You are listening to the Colin Bell Show. We are live on Caribbean Radio, 97.9 HD4. We have the largest radio coverage in Florida. Ed boy.
Colin Bell, how are you, my friend and brother?
Me there, man. I teach.
And I beat and teach.
Beating and teaching. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me.
I'm just saying, I want to commend the candidates and their nomination, the exercise.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
I think it was a very well-received exercise throughout the country.
Yeah, man. I want to congratulate all Jamaicans for the maturity that was shown.
Yep, and I saw people dancing from both sides and hugging each other, and
Yes,
there was
man.
nothing untoward, which is what we are used to in Western St. Mary, and even up in some parts of Clarendon. Everybody just dance, and when it done, you go back to being you.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to commend that, but I am looking at the debates, Colin.
Yeah.
Right? And I want to ask, how they're going to have a debate without a manifesto? What the journalists going to ask them?
Well, it's the same thing Sam was talking about a while ago. And I think it's Marsh. Marsh just called and mentioned
Yes,
it.
it was Marshy. Yeah, what the journalists going to ask them?
Well, you're going to ask them about the Prime Minister's statutory filing not certified. You're going to ask them about the overruns at Cornwall Regional. You're going to ask them about $1.4 billion for your 110 old bus. We're going to ask them, you remember some man where the US then they pick up a sea and Kamina Johnson Smith give them permission to arrest the man, them have the man then naked on boat back. You remember that incident?
Yes, the shipwright agreement violation, yes.
Yes. All of them something that we need to ask them about. We need to ask them about in COVID when the ships come and they didn't want to ship them to dock.
Yes, a lot of people in Western St. Mary, Central St. Mary, East and West Portland and St. Thomas and Montego Bay was on that ship, you know. They couldn't come off.
Yeah, man, so the on the ship a ball.
Colin, I used to get a friend of mine from Western St. Mary. She would call me, right? And she was like, because remember for them, you know, they're not seeing anybody. Them lock up in them room. Yeah. It was just crazy. Yeah. And she told me it was.
We need to ask them about Flight Green partying while all of us were locked down in COVID.
But we need to ask them why they charge people for mask. $250,000 and $200,000 for mask. One person in St. Thomas, the lady pay $500K. Yeah? For mask.
Yeah.
The church must also ask. So it was that KFC could have opened, but the church had to close.
Hold on. Somebody's asking me if fingerprinting to vote is the norm. If you don't have an ID, they take your fingerprint. If you're going to affirm, you don't have an ID, they ask you to either swear or affirm. So you say you want to affirm, they take your ID. Yes, beat and teach, so we must ask them about the drill too.
Yes, because for some reason, this drill issue, they have allowed to be clouded with a little case in court. Yeah?
Yeah.
And I think we need to start back on this drill. And so we need to hear from Dr. Dawes what has been
drill down.
Drill down with the drill.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
But Ed Boy, what do you think about the Prime Minister calling the election for Seabright Garden when there was no vacancy?
Andrew Wallace is having I tell you from the other day, the man is having a psychosis experience.
Or have a brain fog like Kamina.
And then put her in the debate, you know. What a easy walk over. Yeah, but on a serious note, it's a breach of the, you know it, Colin. And look at how wicked it was. Remember when they were supposed to call the St. Thomas thing after Washi died?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
They said it was not their power, it was the mayor's decision to do so. So why now them think it was for them decision to call Seabright Garden?
Exactly.
What could go so?
Exactly.
Huh? But let me tell you why he's so anxious to put in somebody in Seabright Garden. Let me bust out in secret.
Yeah.
Feder, the former candidate, was the main organizer for the constituency, not just Seabright Gardens.
Oh.
Yeah? So, but remember, me did tell us that this is what happened to Andrew Wallace, you know?
Yes.
Remember 1,000 dead down Olympic Way?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Andrew Wallace has no council except a PNP councillor.
Patrick Roberts alone.
Patrick Roberts alone.
But Edward,
and remember,
honestly, no, tell me, honestly, you believe that Buchanan?
Yes.
Can beat Andrew Wallace?
Let me tell you something. I don't want to say much. I have inside information on Mr. Buchanan from his campaign team because I'm very close to the team that's working with him. Yeah. And the least that I will say is that based upon our historical trend that we have looked at in that seat, it is not a JLP seat. It is just a silent sleeping PNP seat. Similarly to
Because
and let me tell you what.
hold on.
Go ahead.
And I'm not going to dispute that because but what I want to say to my callers, even over there in Florida, is that the Prime Minister, there are 3 council seats in his constituency. And one of them is consistently held by the People's National Party, Patrick Roberts. Can't beat him.
For the last 20 odd years.
20 odd years.
Patrick has been there from 98.
Patrick Roberts has been a councillor in the Prime Minister's constituency. So don't take it lightly when the man saying go and beat him.
No, but Colin, without giving them much information, the same division you mentioned,
yeah,
it's a very strong PNP division. But where Andrew Holness is really strong is between Tower Hill and Olympic Way.
Okay.
You see anything else after that? It's PNP territory.
So so you're saying, because I heard Buchanan giving some of the figures and telling you that the PNP division have the most vote tonight.
12,000 registered voters are in the division. 6,000 normally vote, and no more than 4,000 normally vote. Yeah, me not go say no more numbers because me not give them no. But Buck is doing the work on the ground with his team, and I'm confident that they are closer to a victory than any other candidate has ever been.
And Patrick went really close one at a time, you know.
He went close in 2011, yes.
2011, yeah.
Yeah, Andrew only beat Patrick that year by about 800 and something votes. Yeah? So don't think it's not a seat that can't be conquered. Colin, we have learned there's no safe seat. If the candidate works, if the candidate is on the ground, there is no safe seat. What I saw in West Portland, though, because allow me, I don't say nothing about East Portland, because I don't know East Portland and East Portland.
Yeah.
Right? But West Portland, my heart was full, Colin.
But
my
Ed
heart
boy,
was full.
I told you before that West Portland coming home.
Colin, let me tell you something. I hear you, but me not hear you. But when I saw the nomination, the exercise, right?
Well,
I call one of my old friend, which is your friend.
Yes.
Right round there in a Portland East Western, and I said, teacher, what going on? He said, well, man in trouble.
The man in our video saying that them carried on people from East Portland to make crowd.
But I was watching the East Portland thing. Nobody left East Portland.
Hey,
Andre was covering
let me tell you
the thing
something.
the whole time.
I was the only person from East Portland who had planned to go to West Portland because, Natalie was going to come with me as well. Because why I was going to West Portland, I am the executive assignee for West Portland, you know.
Right, because from the region, I know. Yes.
Right. No, not from the region, from Central. I'm the executive assignee for East Portland. So, for West Portland, sorry.
West Portland, yeah.
I said that because I was on the list to nominate Comrade Buchanan. So I said after we go in, nominate Comrade Buchanan, and I sort out all of my people from the fellowship division, I am going to go down to West. But the crowd and the congestion in the town and things move a little slower than I wanted. So me never go to West Portland, Darrell. But anyway, Darrell, tell you what, Darrell. Tell you what. Take this to me. Tell you what, Darrell. It's an imported crowd. So don't worry yourself. It's an imported crowd.
Day we see.
It's an imported crowd, Mr. Baz. You're right like book, yeah, my brother. All the way from East Portland down there. You never see me?
I'll meet it down there.
Yeah, you never see me? Imported crowd.
But what I know, Colin, never joke with you.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're going to pop labor right Tory. Right? I hear say, when a man in Southwest St. Elizabeth saw the head of the crowd, the nomination crowd, he might look for the tail and can't find it.
Can't find it?
Can't find the tail. When him hear it, me hear say them had to rush him to Black River.
Tell him!
Yeah? I hear them had to rush him to Black River. So my friend, no movement. That was a no movement day for him. Yeah?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
that was a no movement day.
Well, tell you what, we have We have what, 13 days to go?
Yeah, man. Colin, let me say this to you, and why I am more convinced than any time that the PNP is winning this election. Just ask anybody who is trying to come home back if them can find a flight. I gotta leave you.
Well, that's a big argument. Say no more.
No, there. Later.
Say no more. 876-804-7072. 305-654-7944. This is the Colin Bell Show. We are live on Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD4. Can I tell you? It's the time of decision. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Good evening, Chaka.
Yeah, man. Welcome.
Boy, I want to know why the labor right them don't do their research before them attack you. And when you beat them, then get nervous. Why they get so nervous? Eh? Chaka, do you remember when Michael Manley go on stage and raise that rod of correction?
Yes, man.
And say King Pharaoh and his army have to go down. Andrew and his army have to go down.
Yeah, man. Time for them come down.
We go and beat them with the rod of correction. Beat them with it.
Yeah, man. Time for them
yes,
come down.
Yes, man. And continue to do the good job and beat them, sir. And listen, me, Shaka, I want to say congratulations toward athlete oblique civil and winning the Diamond League, and to Mr. Blake come third, sir. So we have to big up with athlete them and say we respect you and we love them. Yes, sir.
That is a part of the creative industry, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
that
sir.
That is a part of the
yes, man.
industry.
Oh my God. That race was a
these people so that we can bring well-needed foreign exchange to Jamaica.
Yeah,
brother.
man. And it's yes, sir. All right.
Blessings. Yeah, man. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show, live on Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD4. Go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Bell.
Yes, sir. Good evening and welcome.
Yes, sir. I am calling you all the way from New Mexico in the United States of America, sir.
Very well. Welcome, my brother. Happy to have you.
Right. And my vote is in Southeast St. Elizabeth, sir. Polling Division 62.
You get your ticket already if you come down?
I bought my ticket, sir. I will be down on the 30th. I told Norman Scott I was down there in Christmas.
Yes, sir.
I was down there in December. And I told Norman Scott and I told Waddy from Southfield, that's a councillor caretaker.
Yes.
I told them that when the date is announced, I will be buying my ticket.
And you're coming down. And you have some people who got the polls with you too, right?
I am going to rent a car, sir. And my last election, local government election, I was there. I was a runner. I carried people from here, there, and everywhere.
Oh, yeah,
so I will be doing the same thing this year. Yes. I will rent a car and I will be using it to transport all the PNP people from the nook and cranny of Southeast St. Elizabeth, sir.
To put the vote in the box.
To put their vote in the box.
Thank you very much, my brother. Much appreciated.
That is my contribution to the People's National Party, sir.
And to Jamaica. Because this one.
And to Jamaica.
This one is not about PNP, you know. This one is about Jamaica. Rescuing Jamaica from the set of bandits. These set of people who are raping the country, who are robbing the resources of the country. So when they keep asking PNP where you are going to get money from to put your plans in place, we're not going to thief none of the money. We're going to put all of the money to the benefit of the people of Jamaica. Thank you, my brother.
But I ask the question all the time. Them ask where PNP going to get the money. Where are they going to get the money?
Sure, man. The amount where
where are they going to get the money?
The amount where them are rob.
I know. But if my one vote to make Norman Scott win, he's going to win by one vote.
All right, my brother. Big up yourself.
And I'm flying all the way from the state of New Mexico down to Jamaica. Put my ex.
Blessings, my brother.
Beside the head. And I am encouraging every well-thinking Jamaican to put their ex beside the head
and put it
on the 3rd of September.
Don't make it go over the line. Just a nice
little don't spoil. We don't want to spoil vote. Yes, we don't want to spoil vote. Right beside the head. but
Bless up,
don't
my
cross
brother.
the line.
One love.
All right, so have a good evening and continue the good work, brother.
Yeah, man. Want to thank all the people who called in, all the people in the chat room. I said, blessed day, saying PNP love handout. Blessed day, you're having it wrong. The GLP gave away $12.4 billion in handout. Then give me 20,000 out tight. Me telling you straight up. Me get 20,000. When me do with it, me don't know. I swear. It come in on my account and me don't know. Me don't know if it did go up on my light bill. Or me don't know if me did use it and buy some liquor one at the time when me go out. Because you know more time you go out and people say, buy a drink. Sometimes the bill come to all 30 grand. Yeah. So, that was a squander. I would have preferred they had invested that in agriculture and renewable energy, invest some in the culture and the creative industry so we could have get returns, so we could have paid the teachers them now. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show, sir.
Colin.
Hey.
What's up? What's up?
Tell her.
Yes, man. We have beat them bad, Colin. We have beat them bad.
Well, it's the third we need to beat them. The third is the day.
Look here. Colin, my ticket buy already.
You buy your ticket?
Come down the second.
You come the second?
My ticket buy already.
Hey, me not like how you cut that close. You cut that too close, so we flight delay.
It's close. But with my job, we have to call out on the third and go back to work for the fourth.
Oh, wow. Well, let's hope you don't have no delay.
Look here. I'm willing to take the sacrifice.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Flight.
Everybody who can come vote, forward and come vote. Save your country.
Rural St. Andrew, my vote there. East Rural St. Andrew, I have to vote for Peter King. When we say I'm with that woman,
I'm a general that, you know. I'm a general that.
When we say that woman, the nomination there, anything, forget her out. Even if the ticket cost me $2,000 for one day.
Time come.
Yes, time come.
Time come. All right.
Come indeed. Anyway, you have a good day.
You too, my dear.
To work now.
You too, my dear.
Me run to work.
Blessings.
Me have to end the program, but me run to work.
All right. Happy to have you. Caribbean Radio HD. Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD4. Make certain you download the new app, the Caribbean Radio app. Make certain you download it, have it on your phone. Wherever you go, you can have Caribbean Radio to listen to. Yeah, man. Respect to all of the people them who tune into the program. All the people in the chat room, CaribbeanRadio.com. Big up on yourself. We're happy to have you. And it's a pleasure doing this for you over and over. Remember, we do it every Tuesday and Wednesday evening on Caribbean Radio right here. So the app is Caribbean Radio HD. Download the app. The new dial, Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD 4 in Florida. And check out our website, CaribbeanRadioHD4.com. Website again, CaribbeanRadioHD4.com. And I remind all of you to check out my social media handles. Right? Me at Colin Anthony at Facebook, you know. And Grandy Nanny at Facebook too. Check out my TikTok page. It's Shaka Fame at TikTok. SHACKAFAME at TikTok. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Portland Spice TV at YouTube. Subscribe, share, and like. Thank you for tuning in to the Colin Bell Show on Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD4. Yeah, man, as I say, every Tuesday and Wednesday evening. Drive time in the US, 5 to 7, 4 to 6 in Jamaica. And we are on Portland Spice TV every Saturday morning from 9 to 11. One love, my people. Big up on yourself. It's been a pleasure being here with you this evening. Do remember to join me Saturday morning. And next week, we'll shut a whole heap of programming us. So make certain to subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell to ensure that once we are on, you are notified. Because remember, at Portland Spice TV, we want to be what you want to see. Thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure.